This week during Simple Faith, you'll be hearing from the Christian education team. We hope that our words speak to a few of the issues of today and help give insight to the chronic illness and chronic injustice that we are facing. Today I'm borrowing some thoughts from a pastor friend of mine. Her name is Ann Russ, and she recently talked about the pandemic in a YouTube video. I hope this helps you discern how to react not only to the pandemic, but to the Black Lives Matter movement as well. She reminds us of the story of Esther. Esther was a member of a community and could not live happily in that community unless her entire group of people was safe. She lived by the mantra, "I am not okay unless we are all okay." She risked her status and essentially her life to speak up for her people who were being oppressed and potentially killed. Today I'm going to read this story to you, the story of Esther from the Rhyme Bible. Esther saves the day. Once there was a king who had almost everything, but he still wasn't happy, for he didn't have a queen. The wise men suggested that he issue this command: let a search be made in every corner of the land. Now Esther was an orphan who lived with Mordecai. The king's men saw her as they were riding by. They took her to the palace and brought her to the king. The king was very pleased with her and chose her as his queen. Mordecai would often sit beside the palace gate. He saw a man named Haman who was riding proud and straight. When Haman looked at Mordecai, his heart was filled with hate, for Mordecai would never bow as Haman passed the gate. Haman was so angry that he went and got permission to kill God's special people, the Jewish population. The rule went out across the land to people everywhere. When Mordecai heard of it, it filled him with despair. He told Queen Esther, "You must go and kneel before the king. Perhaps you can persuade him to stop this awful thing." So Esther fixed a banquet as soon as she was able. She asked the king and Haman to join her at the table. The king was very happy with the dinner she had made. "Please tell me what you want," he said. "You needn't be afraid." Esther cried, "Please spare my life and save my people too. This wicked man has made a plan to murder every Jew." The king jumped up and hollered, "Haman, is this true? Then you will die and Mordecai will rule instead of you." The people made a holiday to celebrate the way that Esther saved her people's lives on this important day. So you can read the story of Esther in your Bible, and it's a pretty short book, and I encourage you to read it so you get the full scope of the story. But for today, our call is that you try to remember that we are all called to live in community with others and to find ways to step out of our comfort zones to make sure everyone is okay by checking on our neighbor, by providing food for someone, patronizing a local business, or speaking out against the racial injustice that we see. Try to live by the mantra, "I'm not okay unless we are all okay."